The world has changed, and for the people who don't recognize that fact, it will be the worst of their times. But for the few who do, it will be the best of their times. The old models of compensation are dead or dying, and we are going through the biggest economic shift in any of our lifetimes. This 13 minutes video is going to show you exactly how the times have been changing, where the world is headed, and the exact systems you need to embrace for not only to survive but thrive in the economy. In an interview performed in over 30 countries across the world, these are some of the things or findings that people don't want in their careers. Number one, people don't want careers whereby they are bosses. People don't want to commute, no alarm clock, no employees, no politics, no compromises, no discrimination, and so many others. And some of the positive attributes that people want for a career to be a perfect one, yet later on, we are going to see whether there is a perfect career anyway. But some of the attributes that people want in their careers are as follows. People want a career whereby there are great products or services, unlimited income, residual income. People want to enjoy the people they work with. People want time freedom. Personal growth, something that can be built international, something that can enable them contribute to worthy causes, something that has a low risk and low investment capital, economy proof, something that has tax benefits, then something that is fun. They don't just do it to make money, but also have fun in the process of doing it. Those are some of the attributes that people want for them to consider a career a perfect one. But even before we discuss whether there is a perfect career, let us look at the 5 categories of jobs we do have. We have blue-collar jobs, we have white-collar jobs, we have sales, we have traditional business ownership, then investing. Now, I will talk about them briefly before we get to whether there is a perfect career or not. Blue-collar jobs are majorly manual labor, whereby someone labors to fix something, make something, clean something, build something, or provide some service to someone or to something. But the question is, does blue-collar jobs fit in the perfect career list? Does it have the positive attributes that people want? To some extent, but not much. So we can't consider it as a perfect one. What about white-collar careers? White-collar careers are majorly office work, a person employed by someone to do work. Now, it has long been viewed as a safe and secure option. But unfortunately today, that notion has changed. Why? Because of the advancement in technology. AI is sweeping away or replacing so many jobs. In the white-collar sector, we do have 2 categories of people. We have achievers and we have hiders. And understanding of these 2 categories of people can help us understand whether white-collar jobs, careers, fit in the perfect career list. Now, achievers are people who are ambitious, motivated, energetic, and want to move up to the corporate ladder. These are people, who are pushing themselves to get a promotion. And at the end of the day, they stand a risk of losing their jobs. Why? This category of people, their bosses see them as a threat to their jobs because they might replace their bosses. So their bosses will do everything just to make them lose their jobs because they are a threat to them. Secondly, they are threats to their fellow co-workers. Their peers see them as a person who will keep them from getting a promotion or even embarrass them because probably this person does more. Then you have hiders. Hiders, these are people who hate politics but still need a job. They don't stand out, don't speak up in meetings, they don't bring new ideas, they keep their heads low and do as they are told. And in most cases, these are the people who stays long in the white collar sector. And the question is, does it have the positive attributes we've looked at before? The answer is a big no. Then you have sales. Sales is more adventurous because the pay is on productivity, not hours, as opposed to the first two categories we've talked about. Now, the typical salesperson will have a point of their lives where they make too much, or rather where everything goes perfectly and they make some good money. Then when that happens, they elevate their lifestyle, buy a new house, buy a new car, take their kids to better schools. But something happens at the end of the day. Everything is great for a while and then something changes. Their territory gets reduced, competitor shows up, they lose their best customer, economy goes into recession, new technology comes up and makes their offer less valuable, or government regulation change the industry. When that happens with the big lifestyle that they developed before, or they were used to, they will try to work more hours to maintain that kind of lifestyle. They might have the stuff, but they might not have the time to enjoy it. Can it pay bills? The answer is yes. But can it deliver on the perfect career list we've described earlier? The answer is a big no. Then we have traditional business ownership. This is about building your own business where you are the boss. Now, this is the reality for traditional business models. Someone has to use their life savings or borrow lots of money to start up this kind of a business, and they have to be all the things in that business. And instead of the business owning them, or rather, instead of them owning the business owns them at the end of the day. And this is whatever happens. Even if they are successful, that usually means a lifetime of long hours and stress because they are everything. Those are in those kind of models. So the question is, does it have some of the attributes we've looked at before? The answer is yes. But does it fit in the perfect career list? The answer is no. Then the last category we have investors. If you don't have a lot of money, it's going to be very, very difficult to earn a living from the returns on your investments. And especially if you try to be conservative to reduce risk of loss. You need an incredible knowledge and skill at the end of the day for you to get returns from an investment. And as an investor, you are not in control of anything. Anything can happen overnight. And if someone is going to be an investor, they have to accept that things will be taken out of their control from time to time. So can that kind of a system fit in the perfect career list? The answer is no. Now, the big question comes, is the perfect career even possible in this life or in the world? Maybe we look at it. But first, to get there, you need to understand that everything is changing. That is the whole truth. The old models of compensation are dead or dying, and we are going through the biggest economic shift in any of our lifetimes. And that now brings us to the new economy. Now, the truth is that the world has changed. The people who don't recognize that fact, for them, it will be the worst time of their lives. But for the people who do understand, it will be the best time of their lives. Over decades, the safe and respected place for people to exist in the workplace was an employee. And this has been the system people have been operating in for so many years. The first step was to go to school and learn to be an employee, then find a company that will employ you, work for 40 years or so, then retire. And in the recent decades, the promise of being rewarded by the company for your loyalty and hard work has been exposed as a myth. And because of that, a different process has evolved. And the process is this: go to school to learn to be an employee, find a company that will employ you, then switch companies for various political and economic reasons every 3 to 5 years or whichever number of years over the course of your career. And then finally, find that you can't retire comfortably after 40 years. So someone ends up keeping on working lifetime. And now we are going through the biggest shift in any of our lifetimes. Why? The world is moving toward a performance economy. And performance economy means that now you are being paid on value, not time. You are living in times whereby you don't get paid for the number of days you work, the number of hours, or the number of weeks. You are being paid for the value you are providing to the people. And let's look at this example. The person cleaning the rooms in a hotel won't be paid by the hour anymore. They'll be paid per room. That is a perfect example. And the truth is that the evolution has begun because it's a better model for companies, for better results with less expenses. Secondly, the new economy needs fewer people. So the company has more people competing for fewer and fewer jobs. The new economy needs fewer people because of the exponential rise of technology. Technology and efficiency are eliminating jobs every single day. And the harsh truth is that there is nothing we can do to stop it. In fact, it's only going to accelerate. And this is the bad news. If you are sitting there waiting for the economy to bounce back, for jobs to return, don't try it. They aren't going back. Just like the children of farmers, who saw the handwriting on the wall and left farming for new vocations, the same thing is happening for people working in old economy jobs. To survive, they'll need to open their eyes to this reality and find something new. But the good news is that there is a better way. It's a better way for not only to survive, it's a better way not only to survive, but to thrive in the new economy. So if you are out there and are curious about the better way, reach out to me for more details.